This is the Temple Arch, bringing you the wisdom of the ancients. Today we'll be discussing the Egyptian deity, Khnum. Khnum is the ancient Egyptian deity who is associated with the creation and fertility. He is often depicted as a ram-headed god or a man with the ram's head. Khnum is considered the creator of human bodies and the shaper and fashioner of their destinies. He was believed to mold the bodies of both gods and humans on his potter's wheel, using clay from the banks of the Nile River. The phrase potter's wheel is mentioned in the Bible, specifically in the Old Testament. Here are a few Bible verses that mention or allude to the potter's wheel. Isaiah 64:8. Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay. You are the potter. We are all the work of your hand. This verse uses the imagery of the potter and clay to illustrate the relationship between God and his people. It emphasizes that just as the potter molds and shapes clay on a wheel, God forms and fashions us according to his will. Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 2-4. Go down to the potter's house, and there I'll give you my message. So I went down to the potter's house, and I saw him working at the wheel. But the pot he was shaping from the clay was marred in his hands. So the potter formed it into another pot, shaping it as it seemed best to him. This passage recounts a vision given to the prophet Jeremiah. God instructs Jeremiah to observe a potter at work, illustrating the process of shaping clay on a wheel. The analogy is used to convey that, like a potter with clay, God has the power to shape and reshape his people according to his divine purpose. In ancient Egypt, Khnum was seen as a benevolent deity who cared for humanity. It was believed that he crafted each person's physical form and breathed life into them. He was also associated with the annual flooding of the Nile, which brought fertility and abundance to the land. As a result, Khnum was often connected with agricultural prosperity and was revered as a god who ensured the continuation of life and fertility. Khnum was worshipped primarily in the city of Elephantine in Upper Egypt. He had a temple dedicated to him there, known as the House of Khnum, where his worshippers would make offerings and seek his blessings. The temple also served as a center for pottery production, as Khnum was considered the patron deity of potters and craftsmen. The potter's craftsmanship still to this day is unmatched. Romans chapter 9, verse 20-21. But who are you, a human being, to talk back to God? Shall what is formed say to the one who formed it, why did you make me like this? Does not the potter have the right to make out the same lump of clay, some pottery for special purposes and some for common use? In this passage, the Apostle Paul uses the imagery of the potter and clay to emphasize God's sovereignty and authority. It highlights the idea that God, as the potter, has the right to shape and mold his creation according to his own will and purpose. If you want to reform, restructure, or reshape your circumstances, situations, mind, body, or soul, call on Khnum for assistance.